So I was looking at your Facebook ad library, and one that really
Mm.
struck me, which it is very much this visualization. And there's like a couple dozen ads, but this was the only one with this exact visual and messaging. So it was like uh, kind of a healthy, a delicious looking orange slice, and then a
Mm.
moldy
Yeah.
orange slice. And the delicious one was obviously nice news, and it said the benefits. And then the moldy orange slice was like it was framed as TV news, and that TV news makes you negative, makes you stressed, and breeds pessimism. Which I think I was what was on my mind when I saw that was like the audience skewing older. I was like, well, of course, like
Mm.
TV news viewership skews older and also skews more on Facebook. So it makes sense that
Mm.
this is a messaging. But it was like, I mean, there was like one ad unit of a couple dozen. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, I just thought that was really interesting how you were framing it as an antidote to TV news in general.
Mm. Yeah, it's funny. I knew you were going to mention that ad. We reframed that ad actually a little bit where we decided not to like call out specific news sources because also we're
Mm.
sourcing from those.
Yeah.
And it feels a little bit like we're not trying to attack anyone by any means.
Yeah.
I think at one point we said like regular news or we said TV news. So I think TV news is maybe just a little bit shorter. So it's been performing better.
Well, yeah,
But
because I think that is like, I
and
mean,
it's understandable too.
yeah, that's like a shorthand that many people use, where it's like you watch news on TV and it's all bad, blah blah blah, it's bad, etc. Which
Mm.
to me, I only know that as a shorthand because I've like never watched TV news in my life. But it's like I get what that
Yeah,
means, right?
totally.
It's weird.
It's understandable. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That approach has worked well in terms of
mhm,
comparison.
yeah. So I guess like my other guess is it has to be a lot of word of mouth growth, right? Because I think
Yeah.
nice news in general, a lot of the stories on here seem like something that like 20 years ago my aunt would have forwarded me, and it's like I'm the 73rd email in a forwarding chain. So I have to imagine that
Mm.
kind of thing is happening a lot here. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah, yeah. A good number of our subscribers have come from sharing, from forwarding emails or social sharing. Yeah, I mean, we're trying to lean into that a little bit further and starting to kind of like test out campaigns like referral campaigns, one-off referral campaigns to
Hmm.
incentivize subscribers. But really, I will say that like if your product isn't fantastic, like people aren't going to share it. So it oftentimes it's also like certain stories that we feature. So a lot of the stories that we feature can spark emotion in our subscribers and be really like uplifting, obviously. So
Hmm.
when they feel good and they feel really connected to the story, they're that much more likely to share it with someone.
That's all about human connection.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there like a specific type of story, or like I don't know if it, like I'm looking at the masthead here, the culture, environment, health, humanity, lifestyle,
Mm.
science, sports, tech. Like I don't know. Is there a specific like topic of story, or like something deeper than topic that's like something like more of like a type of story? I don't know. What's most popular? What do people like the most?
Mm. Yeah. Honestly, it really does vary. I think there are times where we're like, all right, we know this story is going to perform really well. And then sometimes certain stories
Yeah.
surprise us. It can be just like stories that people would deem as like more major news. It could be stories that are a little bit more feel good. A lot of health and wellness stories can do well.
Because it's like news
We'll
you can
have,
use.
yeah, totally. It feels really applicable to them. They want to learn more.
Mhm.
And oftentimes we're really just looking at clicks here. So we're seeing like when people want to click to learn
Yeah.
more than what's included within the email, or depending on the section, just click to learn anything if it's like an odds and ends or in other news. But
Mhm.
yeah, it does vary. I mean, we've had certain stories and like on the environment click exceptionally well, and like culture as well.
Yeah. How about like not just about topics, but testing all the
Mm.
different pieces of this, the design topics, time you were sending, whatever. I'm curious about like the first 6 months scrap heap. Like, what were some of the
Mm.
things that failed across any part of the business or the format of the newsletter? What was not working in those first 6 months?
Mm. Yeah. So in terms of A/B testing, like from the beginning, we were like doing a 5-part subject line test, and we would get a sense of like what people were engaging with based on our subject lines. So like we would even test like the intro text, we would test all of the featured articles,
Mhm.
we would like play with the formatting, etc. So we got a sense like just through engagement what people were the most interested in pretty quickly. But we really didn't like as I mentioned, like drastically adjust the format of the email
Yeah.
because we wanted people to become accustomed to that format. So like we would test out a few different sections here and there, but we really were pretty consistent with the format of the email, just because we wanted to like create that habit and like understanding of the subscriber as to what they should expect in their inbox. So it was a little bit more kind of like the content that we were testing, maybe on occasion like CTAs or images if we weren't doing a subject line test.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
We haven't really talked much about monetization yet, and like whether or not I have to imagine this seems certainly like a profitable enterprise to me, having that many subscribers and having had that like early boost to gain subscribers. I think you monetize through sponsored issues. Maybe there's some partnerships, some web ads. What's like the full range of what are the revenue streams for the business, and like how, if you are profitable, can you share like how long you've been profitable?
Yeah, definitely. We are profitable